Hello, prosperity practitioner. How are you today? My name is Brandon Hanley, and this is the Prosperity Practice Podcast, Triple P. We are on day number 12 of the Prosperity Practice, and on day number 12, you are going to receive $204,800 of virtual currency to spend any way that your heart desires. Wow, it's a lot of moolah. $204,800. If you're not familiar with the Prosperity Practice, this is an automated email program that sends you virtual currency for 30 days that helps you to get into the prosperity mindset, to helps you to think about the things that you actually do want, as most people tend to sit around and think about what it is that needs the immediate attention, and or they never think about what they really want. Most of the times they just think about what is it that I need, or they don't really reach past what they believe is possible for their immediate their immediacy. If you were to go back 5 years from today and tell yourself that you're making the money that you are today, you're living the life that you are now, you probably wouldn't see it. I know that I wouldn't see it for myself. And so, just because of what's around us right now, that's not always what's going to be. You got to be able to kind of peer into the future and really look at what it is that you want. Now, we'll also say that this is a little bit of the law of attraction type thing. But when I say law of attraction, what I'm really saying is set your mind filters. Set your mind filters for stuff that you want in your life. Set your brain to scan for the things that you actually would like to see in your life versus what's missing. And I think that those are two very different things. When you look around and you think something's missing, you don't have it in your life, and maybe it never will be. But when you look around for things that you want in your life and you set your sights for how to make it possible, your brain just goes to work automatically. It just goes to work. It's like a Plinko Google machine, right? You don't know exactly how it's going to get there. You don't know how Google's algorithm works, but you trust it. Trust your own brain to take a look at the things that you want in your life. So if you say that you want, for example, what did I do? So for my $204,800, I bought round world tickets for 4 people. And I set it so that we would go for, how many days did we go? 80 days, around the world in 80 days. Thought that would be fun. I totaled all that up, and I looked at what that would cost. I had no idea. What it would even cost. I've always known that I wanted to do it, but I never looked at the possibility of it because I was afraid of how much it would cost. Well, it turns out that for $36,000 and change, I can go around the world with 4 people for 80 days. The tickets cost $12,000, and the average cost is $70 a day for 4 people, and that includes accommodations. And that was just based off of one person, so that might even be less. So for all in, it's about $34,000. Well, out of $204,800, I still got a lot left over. So I was like, well, you know what? I want to live in certain places and be in certain places, but I don't want to stay there and always be beholden to them. So I looked for some other properties, and I was able to find an investment property, 16 room lodge with private islands in Brazil. 16 rooms with additional rooms and a fish camp still in construction, with 1,200 acres on either side of the Rio Uruburu, 3 private islands, one with a fish lodge, and one with a space for a small airport and a space for owners. And that left me, what was that? That left me, so that was $150,000. I still had about $20,000 in change left over. My goodness. So anyways, that investment property is a place that I would go stay for maybe a month and just live there. And while I'm not there, I'm getting money for my investment in a place that I'm going to live. And that was only $150,000. What else was out there? So I still had some money left over. I had about 20,000 and change, and I was like, you know where else I'd always wanted to go and just have some property was Idaho. So I checked out Idaho, and I was able to get 5 acres for $20,000 in Idaho, and I'm just calling that my own private Idaho. And I still had some cash left over, so I just bought a couple of different things. I bought some virus compression pants for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, compression shorts for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a week of Blue Apron at $60, and I still had $5 left over, so I got a cup of coffee at Starbucks and just dwindled it all down. That was how I spent my $204,000, $4,800. I'm curious to see how you're going to spend yours. Please let me know. And so finally, if you are familiar with this email program and you're a member of this program, then you also know that at the bottom of every email, I give a couple of words of encouraging text. Today, we have 2 of them. I will just dig into one of these more so than the other one. The first one's going to be from Earl Nightingale, and that is, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. Wow. I read that recently. I mean, I just found these quotes recently because I was looking for words of encouragement to support these emails. And that one just kind of is still, I'm still absorbing that one. But if you really think about it, if we're just doing what everybody else is doing, we may be afraid to do what it is that we want to do. That's my take on it. So if I'm not doing what I really want to be doing, and I'm only doing what everybody else is doing, that's conformity, right? And then I'm a little on the outside of what it is that I want to be doing, and that is cowardice in a sense. So I think that's kind of a powerful one. And Wallace D. Wattles brings our next one home for us on day number 12. Wallace D. Wattles wrote the book The Science of Getting Rich, which really helped me to shift my mindset around money and its use and its benefits in our lives. But it wasn't just that. It was the book also just really helped me to accept that this following line is very true. It is the natural and inherent impulse of life to seek to live more. I did a very deep dive on this book, and I think that this line struck me before, and it reminded me of, if you've ever lifted up like a cinder block and there's a piece of grass under there that struggled and continued to struggle. It's got like a big, long, yellowish white strand of grass that's just working its way out, and it's working so hard to get to the light, and it's literally just seeking to live more. And it finally breaks it past the threshold of that cinder block, and all you really see is a tiny stem of grass, but when you lift it up, you see all the work that it's taken to drive itself towards the light, to seek to live more. And that is the natural and inherent impulse of life.